So we're going to start with a map. This is what the United States looked like in 1850. We had all the land between the Atlantic Ocean over to the Mississippi River. However, we still didn't have Florida. So let's fast forward about 50 years. You see the map has changed a lot. We are now all the way from the Atlantic to the Pacific. We have all the land that we have today. The only exception would be just this little sliver down in New Mexico and Arizona that Mexico still controlled. So obviously, a lot happens between 1800 and 1850 that we grew this much. So the unit we're going to start out on today is westward expansion. As the map showed us, the U.S. grew significantly in size since 1800. Most of that growth occurred between 1800 and 1850. So throughout this unit, we're going to focus on two things. Number one, how did we get that land? How did we go from just east of the Mississippi River to all the way to the Pacific Ocean in 50 years? So that's kind of the historical setting of it. The second question is, were we justified in how we got those different pieces of land? And we'll see in this unit, there's like 5 different chunks of land we'll get west of the Mississippi. So were we justified in getting that? Justified means having good or fair reasons. So this is the historical part. This is going to be more opinion-based, where you might think we have good reasons for getting some of those and bad reasons for others. And we'll keep track of this as we go along. So we're going to start talking about manifest destiny. Beginning around 1800 or so, more and more Americans began to think America should extend from the Atlantic to the Pacific Oceans. By 1840s, many Americans were beginning to speak and write about this regularly. And one of the most famous lines is this. It says, "The American claim is by the right of our manifest destiny to overspread and possess the whole continent which Providence has given us." So we're going to try to break this down and see what manifest destiny actually means. So something manifests itself, it means it's clear or obvious. It's apparent. It's right in front of us. You can't miss it. Destiny, another similar word would be fate. Destiny or fate is something that's going to happen in the future. So this idea of manifest destiny, something's going to happen in the future that's very, very clear. And when we bring that all together, manifest destiny is the popular idea that the United States was destined by God, and that's a key word in there, to control all the land from coast to coast. So if you did your bell ringer, you will have noticed this with the angel floating in the middle. So this is what people were beginning to talk a lot about in the early to mid 1800s, that we were going to get all this land. Once we got it, we kind of had obligations, if you will. Once we got all this land, now we're also destined to spread our religion. Back then, most people would consider themselves to be Christians, to spread our religion, our government, which was democracy, and our technology, and control and conquer this land. So if we were going to get all this, this is what we needed to do next.